Tonight, on Recipe to Riches, we are going coast to coast to find a home cook who is ready to take their recipe from a home kitchen to a food product available in supermarkets across the country.
Professional chefs spend years perfecting recipes that are original and delicious enough for discerning palates. Finding a Canadian home cook who has what it takes is a tall order.
I know what the competitors are dreaming of because I have lived it. What started as humble home recipes are now being enjoyed across the nation.
As a marketer, I've turned product ideas into home runs on store shelves. I know exactly how hard that is. It's one thing for your family to love your product. It's another thing to get the public to buy it.
How do you innovate with new flavors and formats and still keep that warm feeling of a comfy snack? That's the challenge of the savory snack category. Handheld food is a huge business in our country. Canadians spend over $150 million a year on it. This week on Recipe to Riches, our determined home cooks try to create the next best snack.
We're at the Real Canadian Superstore, tasting our way through hundreds of recipes, looking for the one that's destined for grocery store superstardom. One of these talented home cooks is going to see their recipe transformed into a President's Choice product.
Go, 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 go. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
No time to get emotional.
They'll win $25,000 and be eligible for the grand prize of $250,000.
You are
This week's
winner.
Going on the journey from recipe to riches! What have we got?
Well, we have my Macintoshes, also known as my Little Macs.
There's power radiating from this.
I'm here to cook one of my dishes for Recipe to Riches.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Cyra Belbin, and I'm from St. John's, Newfoundland, but I'm living in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I entered this competition because I love a challenge. I have been involved in sport all of my life, and that means that I have focus and drive. I'm from Newfoundland, and we love to hold a good kitchen party. Whether it's barbecuing, baking, just cooking. My husband and I love to entertain, having all of our friends over, especially after a hard ultimate Frisbee game. I'm a really competitive person, and I will do and try anything to succeed.
So, Kyra, what'd you bring me today?
I brought you my Mexi mac and cheese bites.
Okay.
So it's creamy mac and cheese in the inside with jalapenos and tomatoes.
Excellent.
And it's covered in a really light, crisp batter.
So this is hand to mouth. I can eat with my fingers. That's fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely got a lot of a bite to it. It's got great texture. It's familiar.
Yes.
You know what? I think it's got great potential. I'd like to see you get a gold ticket.
Thank you. I want a high five.
You win the award for being the most elegant person.
Well, thank you very much.
Liking the outfit.
Well, they look like an ice cream soda jerk. No pun on the jerk part.
How's the polka dot theme? Is that something that that's you?
Jovial side of me coming
The jovial side of you.
My name is Roshini. I live in Quebec, and I entered Recipe to Riches on a whim. I like to entertain, and my friends are like, why don't you try this? I am an architectural designer, but I like to add a little Roshini touch to everything. I design beautiful, immaculate homes and tantalizing food. I want to prove to myself and the whole of Canada that Roshini's food is the best you can ever have.
And what did you bring us today?
I brought you Montreal's Best Bites. It's got smoked meat, it's got emmental, it's got spinach, a little bit of health and a little bit of fried. You can go everywhere with that.
They're delicious.
Thank you.
I love the flavor. I love the concept. It's just not quite sure. I know what it's missing. It's missing the gold ticket. Congratulations. All the best to you.
This is Edgar.
Fantastic.
I have him with me wherever I go.
How nice.
He's lasted
Edgar.
longer than two husbands.
What do you have here?
It's a unique spring roll, and there's mixtures of ingredients unlike any other Asian spring roll you will ever taste. My name's Izumi Kyle. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I'm a wife. I have 2 wonderful children. I'm an IT product manager, and I have the most delicious spring rolls ever. I combine sharp white cheddar cheese, shrimp, fresh coriander, and jerk paste to make it spicy and to add a little kick. I do a lot of activities like running. I'm also a black belt, and for those of you who don't think I'm a threat in the competition, I will take you down. Last year, we also had a very, very scary moment. The car had flipped twice, and my daughter's side was hit. For 2 hours, we didn't know the condition of my daughter. I've learned so much from that experience about life and about not to hesitate and not say I'll do it next year, because really there might not be a next year in anything you want to do.
Very good. It's very different than any other spring roll that I've ever tried. And everybody likes them? Everybody enjoys them?
Yes, they do.
And do you think you deserve to be a winner today?
Absolutely.
I think you do too.
Our Savoury Snacks finalists are Cyra Belbin from Halifax, Nova Scotia, with her Mexi Mac and Cheese Bites. Next, we have Roshini Mellaram from Île-Bézard, Quebec, with her Montreal's Best Bites.
Thank you very much. Very welcome.
And we also have Izumi Kyle from Toronto, Ontario, with her Umai Spring Roll. Competitors, this will be the judges' first opportunity to try your savoury snacks. Judges, what do you think?
Cyra, I love the crunch and the texture of the exterior and the creaminess of the interior. I think that's a beautiful contrast. And there is a lot unexpected when you bite into it. There's a little bit of Mexico in there that I think is just the right amount.
Fantastic idea, really innovative, really on trend. People love mac and cheese. Smart.
Thank you.
I think we might be ready to move on to Roshini's, Montreal's Best Bites.
Best bites, because you're not going to want one. You're going to want many more.
Best Bites.
Roshini, the pastry, the Montreal smoked meat with little bell peppers. Quite a funky way of, rather than having a smoked meat sandwich, you're having a smoked meat samosa. Quite unique.
I think the flavors are great. It is portable, it's easy, it's convenient. I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to Izumi's Umai Spring Roll.
Izumi, I love your spring roll. You really feel like you're getting big pieces of shrimp that taste delicious, and you can also taste all of the other flavors with it, which I think is fantastic. Tell me a little bit about that name. Umai means good?
Umai in Japanese means delicious.
Ah.
Not just good.
Yes, delicious. And it was the word that my mother said when she tried my spring roll, and she's never said or called any of my cooking umai except the spring roll.
I don't think my mother's ever said any of my cooking was good. I'm feeling very jealous right now. I'm just going to say that.
So, it is time for the product development challenge. Vikram?
You all had the 3 top savory snacks in the country.
Something for each of you?
Cooking at home for your family and friends is like a walk in the park. However, cooking in a commercial kitchen is like learning how to walk on the moon. That's going to be your challenge.
You have just 3 hours to make 1,000 portions.
I was thinking 30, 40, 1,000.
I'm hoping this is a joke.
Very unexpected. 1,000 is a lot.
The kitchen is all yours.
Okay.
Our Savoury Snacks finalists are Cyra Belbin with her Mexi Mac and Cheese Bites, Roshini Mellaram with her Montreal's Best Bite, Izumi Kyle with her Izumi's Umai Spring Roll, One of these competitors will win $25,000, and their savory snack will become a President's Choice product in stores this weekend. Kitchen Commander Rob Rainford is here to keep you on track. This is a commercial kitchen, and Rob is here to make sure professional standards are upheld. Competitors, your time starts now.
So, for my mixy mac and cheese bites, I will cook the pasta and I'll chop up the tomatoes and the jalapenos. The first thing that I want to do is get all of the chopping done. I'm going to need 60 diced plum tomatoes, and I do them fairly small. And then the last step is I'll throw in the grated cheddar. Then we'll mix up our little batter and we'll coat them up, and then we'll throw them in the fire, and bam. Okay, are we ready? High fives.
Ready.
Love it, love it, love it. Hi.
You're not ready yet.
Oh.
At home, the rolling by hand may work for you, but not in a commercial kitchen. So you're going to have to find another way to maintain consistency throughout the process.
This is Montreal Best Bites, okay? So it's bundles of morsels of meat paired with Emmental cheese, baby spinach, and a bit of other things. We will need to strain the peppers, chop the onions, get the garlic chopped as well, and start slicing.
Roshini, hand layering is just too labor intensive. For a commercial kitchen, you will have to combine all your ingredients together and then scoop out equal portions. Okay?
Okay, thank you. There's so many things going through my head at this point that I am not sure if I can do it.
Today we're gonna make Izumi's umai spring rolls. There's 4 steps. There's gonna be chopping, mixing, wrapping, and then frying. We'll first start and focus on chopping all the ingredients. As people finish chopping, we're gonna start doing some mass production of rolling and then frying.
Izumi, real chefs don't use pre-made ingredients, and neither can you today. So you're gonna have to make your jerk paste from scratch.
I have never made jerk paste. It's really kind of a surprise to me.
That's why we're getting too much liquid.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, this is my kitchen on speed.
Can't overload the cheese, so just one at a time.
Okay.
How are we proceeding next?
Okay.
What's our methodology?
Okay, I'm at a loss. I don't know how to do this. How do I do this?
How are you feeling about your batch-up? You okay?
I'm very overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed? Okay.
I can't seem to make a decision. I have to get my mind under control.
Go to a cloud.
I've never done this.
Making the jerk paste is hard. With chopping, getting all those ingredients in a blender as fast as I can, and making sure that the taste was similar to the paste I was used to.
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Excellent, great, okay.
All right, competitors, you have about an hour and a half left.
Be careful of the water splash.
Get another tray.
Calm down. Let's get a plan. We need to get all of this done.
I did lose control. At one point, I said, Roshini, pull your socks up. You want to strain the peppers while she chops them? Try to remove the excess. This is extremely full of water. I have an issue with time, so we have to pick up speed.
Concentrated. I've had big dinner parties where I would make 20. I'll have to reset my thinking as if 1,000 people are coming over tonight.
Okay. I have to tell you something. I do not eat red meat, so I need one of you to do a taste test. I don't eat red meat. I never have. It's been years I've been cooking this way.
What's Chef Rob gonna say when he finds out you don't eat meat?
I just overheard. I had to stop what I was doing because to hear that you do not eat what you are presenting.
Usually it is my son or my husband who do the tasting for me.
But you know how this tastes, right?
Correct.
But you don't know how that tastes.
No.
Okay, you might have to go back up, right?
I was trying to drain it off. The buttons, I don't think I was pushing them properly in the right points to make it go up and down. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Ooh. Almost burned my poor chef. Oh, wrong way.
Go up,
I'm going, sorry. Which way's up? It's not going. Just more worried about injuring myself and injuring others.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, black pepper, please. Every ingredient is important in my bite, and I needed to mix all the ingredients together and to scoop and wrap. Okay, we have to egg wash it inside, close it, and then seal it.
Maybe I'll do a test. One thing that I don't want is someone to bite into my spring roll and they get a teaspoon of the jerk paste. That's gonna burn.
Already one team has been frying, right? So we need to keep moving.
Okay, welcome to the fryer.
Oh, that's big. My little fryer is this small.
Are you okay with that?
I'm good with it because it could get more out.
We have enough cilantro chopped?
That's all we had.
That's all you have? I realized pretty quickly that all the ingredients I had plenty of except the cilantro.
We cut some leaves with the stems, which is not going to be good because you don't want to have stems.
Normally when I cook my spring rolls at home, I do use some of the stem. However, with professional chefs, of course, they took off the stems. I think we might need more.
All right, competitors, you have less than an hour to go. $25,000 on the line. Who really wants it?
Me! You want me to taste this?
Yes, please. It's all right.
There's a lot of space.
I'm worried that maybe the mix won't come through.
Okay, girls, make sure it's filtered. How many packages are
I
out?
want fairly bite-sizable. And then combining.
Kyra?
Good. Yes, hi.
Remember what your challenge was? And what was it?
Consistency.
Exactly.
Keeping an eye on all of these moving pieces is going to be a real challenge.
Are you packing them tighter in your hand right now?
yeah.
So the uniformity factor now has just gone to where? Hell in a handbasket?
Oh, it's not warm. I think it's not cooked long enough, but that's fine. The temperature, which can be a little finicky, wasn't hot enough. So the first spring roll was a little undercooked.
How is it? Are they like at home?
It could be a bit more cooked.
All right, competitors, you have half an hour left. Half an hour left.
Oh, my
Let's
goodness.
go. Pick up the pace.
Oh, dear. Does that mean they're not cooked?
They're barely being fried.
I'm a little disappointed in my results.
Consistency.
Consistency. Yes. I would make it a very easy decision for the judges to cut me out because they certainly didn't deliver on the consistency.
Okay, we only have one batch left of cilantro. Failure is not usually an option in Izumi Kyle's world. We're gonna have to maybe do less per spring roll.
What else could you do so that all the spring rolls are the same?
I'm not sure right now. What is plan B without the cilantro leaves?
Okay, girls, move it. Go, go, go as fast as you can. I have a dilemma. This is not good.
I'm noticing the best bites are not being fried. They're just falling to the bottom.
I do believe my oil is not heating too well.
When your oil is too cold, they become soggy. So you're having a Montreal soggy.
Average fry temperature should be about 375, so
Exactly.
you're low.
How did that happen?
With moments to go in the product development challenge, Kyra is struggling with consistency, making 1,000 of her Mexi mac and cheese bites. Izumi has nearly run out of cilantro and is searching for a way to compensate for the missing ingredient. And the temperature in Roshini's deep fryer is suddenly dropping. Along with it, her chance to advance.
How did that happen?
Because it somehow got turned off. You have to be careful when you're moving around. Maybe your knee touched it or something.
Could be.
With the speed that I was going, yes, I turned it off.
It's a kitchen.
Okay?
Magic
It's a
happens, right?
The cilantro, we had a bit of a challenge
Why?
because they took off the stems and we didn't use the stems. I created a third batch and was prepared to have a creative third batch. Stems only.
Quick and perfect, okay?
and perfect.
All right.
It was just a matter of getting them balled and fried. That's going to be the key for me to win.
15 minutes left. Anybody want to win this challenge or what?
It's the hardest competition I've ever been in.
Hurry up, girls. Anything, I'll take it. Just deliver. Super.
Let's go. Toss
Push,
it up.
push, push.
5 minutes left.
Can we get one last batch in, please? One last batch.
This challenge is over.
Kyra, Roshini, Izumi. I hope you felt well and truly challenged by that kitchen experience. 2 of you will move on to the final challenge and have a chance to win $25,000 and see your savory snack become a President's Choice product in stores this very weekend. Let's find out who survived the the Product Development Challenge. First up, Cyra Belbin with her Mexi mac and cheese bites.
Cyra, when you were forming your Mexi mac and cheese, did you have a little challenge there?
I wasn't able to hand roll them like I usually do, but I think we were able to get a consistent product.
Did you change anything about the seasoning in the exterior?
It might be a little lighter in the Parmesan. It wasn't quite the same amount that we use.
I think it's very well done, so
Thank you.
good job.
Next is Roshini with her Montreal's Best Bite. Vikram.
Roshini, I really like the crust, the flavors and the crunch that you expect from a snack come through really nicely. As a good cook, you must taste your own creations. Do you agree?
I agree.
Did you?
I did not because I do not eat red meat.
Why did you come up with the idea to do it if you don't want to eat it yourself?
Smoked meat is well known. Everybody loves it. We're fond with cheese in Quebec. So I thought, you know, let's pair them together with a little bit of veggie and a little punch, and voila.
Actually, I'm not getting any cheese or any pepper. Were you able to make sure that each one had all those ingredients?
Somewhere down the line, when you're scooping, you're not getting the right quantity. It was not controlled in the way that I would have preferred to do it.
And finally, Izumi with her Izumi's Umai spring roll.
Izumi, the texture of the spring roll and the brownness of the spring roll is absolutely perfect. However, it seems like there's a little bit of an undercooked dough here.
Because we were bashing in such mass quantities, the oil did get a little bit colder.
What about the interior versus your original?
I was quite shocked when I was told that the jerk paste had to be made from scratch. That definitely caught me off guard.
What was the inspiration for your recipe?
I always wanted to make my mother proud. She's an amazing Japanese traditional cook, Asian on the outside like me and Canadian on the inside. That's how I explain my spring roll.
Cyra, Roshini, Izumi, you've offered up your food, your thoughts, your explanations. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave so that the judges can deliberate. When you come back, unfortunately, one of you will be going home.
We took on quite the challenge.
I should have just stuck to my recipe and did it the way I know best.
It's in the hands of the judges now, right?
All three competitors had an undeniable confidence when we first met them, but I think that challenge diffused that confidence quite a bit.
I will say, I find Roshini's concept the most unique, combining flavors that I think are Canadian and unusual.
But if you haven't ever tasted your product,
it's very strange to me.
In here, there is not much of a filling.
Right.
The only thing that was happening in there is that smoked meat.
Yeah. Of the three, I think Cyra's by far did the best job in the batch-up.
And I think Cyra's dish is a little too kiddish.
Cyra's is kind of the lovely, perfect size.
It wasn't greasy, and you know, it just ate easily and well.
Whereas Izumi's are greasy and not something that I would hold in my hand.
I mean, if you got this much uncooked dough,
You would not be
you
happy.
would be like, okay, let's not only call the chef, let's call the health department.
That really, frankly, blew me away.
I do think that the story Izumi told is fascinating.
Yes.
Japanese on the outside, traditionally, but Canadian inside.
that was
I thought
brilliant.
that was beautiful.
Are you all decided?
Yes.
I think so.
I think so.
Cyra, Roshini, Izumi. The judges have made their decision. Two of you will be going on for a chance to win $25,000 and to see your savory snack become a President's Choice product in stores this weekend. Unfortunately, one of you will be going home. Three of Canada's top home cooks have battled it out with deep fryers in the Product Development Challenge. Only two will be going on to the final round. Judges, who will be going home?
Izumi, your story and the inspiration that led you to create your product is highly marketable, but I'm not certain that your product is really unique enough to stand up to the market conditions.
Roshini, the saltiness of that smoked meat was absolutely delicious. But it was a big bite for me to fully enjoy it as a snack.
Cyra, your snack was playful and imaginative. It was delicious and fun to eat. But if you're gonna put Mexi in the name, it needs to deliver those flavors.
Roshini, I'm afraid your Recipe to Riches journey is over.
Thank you for the opportunity. My regret is that I did not do what I set out to do. I just got swept away. Thank you all.
Thank you.
I'm not used to this. I'm a very determined person, and I usually come out a winner.
Cyra, Izumi, you made it to the final round. Your final challenge is the product launch. And to tell us about it is Arlene.
Consumers can be some of the harshest critics. What we want you to do now is to go out and find out from the consumer exactly what they think of your product. We'll see how well you do.
Each of you is going to work with a top Canadian marketing agency to position your product and to stage an event to get people to try it. I'm going to give you your agency names.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For this challenge, you have 24 hours, and the clock starts now.
Okay. I am pumped to go into that marketing meeting.
Welcome to Dentsu Bots.
Have a seat. Let's try them.
They smell good.
They're delicious.
I'm a marketer for a living, so I'm really looking forward to getting into the boardroom and really knocking it out of the park. Thank you. Enjoy.
So let's give it a try.
What do you think?
I think it's very good. I think you have a very good combination of flavors. I like the different textures as well.
Excellent.
They seem to really enjoy it.
These are Izumi Umai spring rolls. Umai in Japanese means delicious.
So how did you come up with the name?
My mother, who makes amazing traditional Japanese food, she's also very critical. Nothing I could do ever lived up to her standards. When I tried putting together this spring roll and I served it to her, she took a bite, she looked down, she looked up at me, she goes, Umai. To hear my mother say, I'm so proud of you, would mean the world to me.
Can you explain to us what is in this product without using the words Mexi, Mexican, or mac and cheese?
Wow. Zippy, zingy, a little bit of heat, unexpected flavor, and yum.
Yeah, of course. Let's put that into a quick little pitch. You said you're in marketing, so I'm going right at it.
Enjoy a familiar experience that's a little zippy and zingy, with just a little bit of heat.
That was a really hard challenge. You did really good.
Yeah.
I think we need to address the fact that it's bite-sized.
I actually call it a Mexi mac and cheese bite.
Perfect.
I think David and the team were really impressed with my knowledge.
So right now we've got your name. And how do you spell umai?
I love it and I love the story. I wonder if most people will understand that umai means delicious.
Because that's not going to mean anything to people.
I actually completely agree with you.
Let's brainstorm.
Yeah, good idea. It's a more sophisticated spring roll.
Shrimp.
Heavenly.
I like this idea of heavenly.
When I think of heavenly, I think of a dessert.
Should we move forward with heavenly shrimp spring rolls? What do you think?
Something's not sitting right with me, and I'm not sure we have the right name.
Or we could go the obvious. It could be savory shrimp spring rolls.
Okay.
So we have a name.
Okay.
Savory shrimp spring rolls. All right.
Okay.
And we got a smile on your face.
Finally.
You're going to launch your product at a thank you event for the caregivers at the Casey House HIV Community Hospice.
That's really nice.
There's only going to be 75 people there. You've got to really differentiate yourself because your competitor is going to be just on the other side. We think there's a pretty big surprise in the Mexican luchador.
Mexican wrestling.
Wow, that's pretty out there. The biggest surprise of the day for me was finding out my event is based around luchadors, the Mexican wrestlers with the funny masks.
I would actually love to have somebody in there, like a big buff guy who have the luchador mask on as well. He's almost a bit of a superhero.
I'm willing to take a risk. I want to make it fun, but I don't want to make it hokey.
You're going to launch your product at a very upscale event to celebrate Casey House.
What's the best way for us to activate this crowd?
I definitely want an Asian theme to it.
Elegant chic geisha.
Yeah.
Geishas are a little over the top. Japanese drumming.
Like taiko drums?
Taiko drum, yes.
I love taiko drums.
So this is your logo.
Wow, that looks amazing.
We have a backdrop sign for behind the food tables.
This is my dream, to have my spring rolls across grocery shelves in Canada.
Really fun, youthful, really speaks to the product.
It's mac and cheese, and really that's the product that we're selling. I say we roll with it. I'm here to select my luchador masks. You do him as the main attraction? I'm choosing this mask for my champion. It is outrageous, and it's gonna draw people to him and want to get their picture with him. Sold.
Initially, I was hoping to get taiko drummers. Hi, yes, I need a taiko drummer for tomorrow night. If the taiko guys don't call me back, I think we still need to think of something that's elegant. However, plan B. We could have samurai flanking our booth. 2 samurai.
Walking into the venue was overwhelming.
Nice to see you. This is Kareem, your luchador. This is Kyra.
Kareem, it is so nice to meet you, Kyra. Phil introduces me to my luchador, and I'm pretty impressed. Wow. Yeah, I think you should throw him around.
I know. Stop staring at him either. I know.
I know. He was pretty cute. He is going to be a great entertainment piece for my guests. Take pictures with and to interact with.
Hello, how are you? My team is professional. Excellent, beautiful color. This event is gonna go without a hitch.
Okay, so let's whoop. Oh,
yeah.
There were a few pieces that I eliminated quite quickly. The first were the streamers.
So you don't want these Mexican tablecloths?
No, the plastic was just too cheap.
That's a dump pile.
We need to keep this classy.
I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist. See this side? Pull it tight. If the sign is a little off, all the lines line up. I am not comfortable with that.
No,
okay,
it's
yes,
good.
let's leave it. I have to fix it. A hair off, but if not, that's
I
fine.
don't.
I wanted to be really strategic in who I was going to pick to take those surveys. Has anyone ever hounded people to try to get surveys? You have?
That's pretty much my job.
We have 2.
Do we need 2 surveyors? It's a small crowd, 100 people. I think one person can probably handle 100. No sweat.
We have the masks for the motivators.
When I had to tell my team about the masks, I was a little nervous. That was going to be the biggest challenge, was getting them willing to wear the masks. I want you guys to be comfortable. I knew it was going to be a challenge for them to communicate, to be expressive, to be approachable. You can tell all of your friends that you had this crazy whirlwind experience. My disadvantage coming into this is selling my luchadors. They can be intimidating. People may not want to approach them. My biggest fear is losing because I chose to take a risk.
You're on.
2 of Canada's top home chefs are introducing their savory snacks to the public.
Build the chopsticks.
Izumi's focusing on the fine details instead of the big picture.
One person can probably handle 100.
And Kyra's risking it all by putting her team in Mexican wrestling masks.
My biggest fear is losing because I chose to take a risk.
Luchadors! Mexican mac and cheese place! Would you like to try a savory shrimp spring roll?
I had told my staff not to descend on all these guests.
Welcome.
I was mistaken. Her team was all over those guests. I had to quickly strategize. Can you get them to be more vocal?
Because you have both to that right, and you.
I had a gong.
Oh, another one.
That made everyone turn and just make them remember, this is the Savoury Shrimp Spring Rolls booth.
I didn't have a gong, so I went to the balcony and I bellowed.
I would like to introduce you to our head luchador. Do we have our first challenger? 2, 3, push! Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
All right, Stephanie, push really hard, dig deep.
Her booth stole a lot of attention. The natural instinct is to counter with a noise. I kept true to the original strategy and plan. The way we presented the spring rolls with sophistication. Here you go.
I hear there's an arm wrestling championship going on here.
When I saw Arlene, I had her wrestle. She won, by the way.
The masks are a little intimidating.
Yeah.
How do I talk to them? Let me go try this.
So there's macaroni, cheese.
Of course, she heads over to the one mask that's the worst.
Are you finding it hard to talk with that mask on?
Yeah.
I feel like Hannibal Lecter, I'm just saying.
I'm really nervous. These events are like judging apples and oranges.
You scared me half to death there.
I think it went well with Arlene.
What did you end up calling them? What's the new name?
Savory shrimp spring rolls.
They wanted heavenly spring rolls and you wanted savory spring rolls. You overruled and said no?
I did. I felt strongly about it. Any comments she had were positive.
It doesn't look like you've done anything really inconsistent.
I feel more confident than ever.
My biggest concern right now is that I am not getting people filling in my survey.
We're just doing a quick survey? No, thanks.
People have enjoyed many of my Mexi Mac and Cheese Bites, but without their feedback, I have nothing to hang my hat on.
The response to my food is overwhelming.
Do you think you've polled everyone, more or less? Or do you need help on this?
rounds. Overwhelmingly positive. Our final arm wrestle of the evening.
I want to win so badly.
I have put my blood, sweat, and tears in making sure that I win this competition.
To lose after coming this far, it would just be really disappointing.
My mother would absolutely be proud of me. To hear her say, "I'm proud of you, Izumi. You won," would really mean the world to me.
Cyra, Izumi, welcome back. I hear that you made a real Mexican-Asian mashup. Is that true? Arlene, was that the big event? How did they do?
There were some great things that you did and some things that I was a little bit concerned about or questioned. I had to arm wrestle with
The Mexican wrestler.
a Mexican wrestler, okay?
My servers were also wearing Mexican wrestling masks.
Scary.
Did you think today's event gave you the feeling that you could take this product to a next level?
It wasn't exactly my target market, but yeah, I thought it was really well received.
So you'd gone to Savoury Shrimp, right?
Yes, I have.
So the full name just became Savory Shrimp Spring Rolls from Umai Spring Rolls.
Yes.
How come?
For the average consumer, they're not going to know what Izumi is. They're not going to know what Umai is.
My concern, though, is you sort of lose the personal story that I think we all found so attractive.
At any time when you were giving out your products, did you think about your mom and that homage?
Definitely. Just the pride of, you know, the beautiful food she's made. Sorry. And she came from Japan. She raised 4 girls. She was the one that made sure we ate something amazing every night.
I feel you did, you paid great homage to your mom.
Thank you so
Be
much.
proud of yourself.
Arlene, I understand that you have some survey results for us.
I do. Cyra, we're going to start with you. One of the first questions that was on the survey was whether or not your name actually captured the essence of your product, right? 92% said yes.
Good job.
Izumi, 93% said yes. Wow. Then we asked whether or not the event that you held was going to inspire people to try the product.
Oh, wow.
92% said yes again. Izumi, 98% said yes.
Pretty good.
And, of course, would they buy it? 81% said yes. Izumi, 85% said yes. Cyra, you actually had 50% more people who took the time to fill out the survey. Izumi, you only had one person out there with an iPad.
You were given 2 iPads, correct?
Sure. The priority was to make sure everyone tasted my product.
I think that probably was a misstep.
Well, Cyra, Izumi, please remember it's not at all about the numbers. You'll not only be judged on your name and marketing event, you'll also be judged on the original taste of your food and your success in the product development challenge. One of your futures is about to change forever. For the other, the Recipe to Riches journey will come to an end. We've seen two competitors battle it out for tonight's prize of $25,000. The winner will also see their savory snack become a President's Choice product in stores this very weekend. And remember, the winner will also be competing for the grand prize of $250,000. But only one of these home cooks can win. Cyra, Izumi, you've given them a lot to think about. I'm going to ask you to leave so the judges can, in fact, deliberate.
This is gonna be it. We're gonna know in a few minutes.
You know, I'm nervous. I can see it going both ways.
This is a very close competition in my mind.
Very. Can we talk about the numbers?
Cyra had 50% more people filling out her survey. That skews the results significantly.
I actually question Cyra's approach. Mexican wrestling masks, I don't feel like that's an approachable way to sell your product.
And to have an arm wrestling thing, I mean, gimmicky with the arm wrestling and gimmicking with the product.
There's a lot more to Japan than samurai warriors, too, and, you know, people banging on gongs.
Izumi spring rolls, there are a dime a dozen on the market shelf.
But I actually still continue to like her product, so that's where I'm torn.
Talk about the names a little bit.
Izumi should not have gone where she went. I think she lost an opportunity with her name change. Savory shrimp rolls feels boring to me versus Mexi mac and cheese bites.
If I was hosting a party and I gave them a Maxi mac and cheese, they would mock me.
The Mexi mac and cheese bites are not aimed for Vikram Vij's dinner parties, one of the best chefs in the country.
I gotta think it that way.
No, but you can't think it that way. You have to think about a mass market. Cyra's product meets a very specific market and meets it well. That market exists.
Have we come to a decision?
I think we have.
Cyra, Izumi, you really presented our judges with a challenge, but they have made a decision. It's all come down to this moment. One of you will be crowned a winner. The other will be going home.
Cyra, your product has mass appeal. Who doesn't love mac and cheese with just a little twist? But I'm not sure that masked men was the way to market it to the world.
Cyra, lots of people are trying to create special, innovative dishes, which I think you have. But you've lost an opportunity to make the profile taste more adult.
Izumi, the fascinating mixed heritage of your very special dish is a way to give it an edge in a very crowded freezer aisle. But I wonder if you missed that opportunity by changing the name.
Izumi, your spring rolls looked and tasted delicious. But there are way too many spring rolls on the market. Cyra, you are this week's winner of Recipe to Riches.
Oh my God. Congratulations. I can't believe I won. Wow. Whew. It's pretty exciting.